join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, can we get a roll call, please, Cindy?
Blair.
Here.
Broughton.
Here.
Palmer. Here. Marshall.
Here.
Thurman.
Here.
Unruh.
Here.
Rumble.
Here. All right, we need a motion to open the public hearing.
Are we amending, the, we have to approve the agenda.
Oh, yeah, let's skip that. I checked it off on accident. Can we motion to approve the
I,
agenda?
well, I see that there's something here from the fire chief. Are we adding this on?
It's already on there. That's a replacement page.
Oh, it's a replacement. Okay.
All right, can we get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Dana.
Support.
Thank you, Bob. Just do a roll call, please.
Marshall.
Yes.
Sorry, he was drinking.
Thurman.
Yes.
Unruh.
Yes.
Blair.
Yes.
Broughton.
Yes.
Palmer. Yes. Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. Now we're looking for a motion to open the public hearing for the Brandon Township 2024 budget.
I make the motion to open the public hearing for the 2024 budget.
Thank you, Dana, or Rosalind and Dana. Is there anybody here looking to speak about the 2024 Brandon Township budget? Okay, seeing none, we'll get a motion. All right, we need to vote on that, actually. So never mind, we need to vote on opening it. Can we get a roll call on that, please?
We don't need a roll call, but
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
doing it
That's
anyway.
okay. Yeah, it's always safer that way.
Unruh.
Yes.
Blair.
Yes.
Broughton.
This is to vote into.
Open the hearing.
Yes.
Palmer. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
Thurman.
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. I'll ask again if anybody's here to talk on the budget. Okay, now we're looking for a motion to close.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All right, go ahead and roll call that, please.
Blair.
Yes.
Broughton.
Yes.
Palmer. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
Thurman.
Yes.
Unruh.
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to our reports. We have our treasury report. We have a general ledger report, a new designated report, recreation report. John, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just a few things. So the parade was Saturday, it kind of went great, if you're there. Really excited for everyone that did come out. Had some really good feedback, and we're really excited about moving forward with it. And only correction we want to make is make everyone go a little slower.
People walking.
You know,
we got some things we're gonna do for that.
I watched a video of it later, and we were only going as fast as the marching band was marching. So it wasn't. It just seems like it's really short, but we weren't going really fast.
Hopefully they can participate every year if they can. We're gonna see if they can stop a couple times and do a song.
I
So
see.
that people can see the floats a little bit better.
Sure, sure, that makes sense.
Everyone's natural reaction is to go fast,
Yeah,
especially when they're walking.
yeah.
So yeah, it was great, and seems like everyone had a good time. Again, we're currently accepting registration for ski club. Just wanted to let everyone know. We're actually having a meeting here on the 6th, the parent meeting, at 6 o'clock. So just to go over ski club. And then we are offering a new program starting in January. It's for kindergarten to third graders basketball program called Mighty Hawks. And we're really excited about starting that and getting the kids going and helping develop those kids as they move up to higher L and into middle and high school. So it's something that's needed and it's been asked. So we're excited about doing that. The other communities offer it, and it's really great. It's a real great vibe for the kids. They do a half-hour practice and then a half-hour game, actual referees and everything. So we're excited about that.
Do you have parent coaches for that program as well as that?
We'll use parent coaches, and the 2 referees will be coaches as well, because
okay.
they'll do a half-hour practice every week and then a half-hour game. So they'll help out too.
Good.
So yeah, we're excited.
Perfect.
So
Thanks,
that's
John.
it.
All right.
Thank you.
Edna Burton Senior Center report. I don't see Faye here tonight. That brings us into our trustees reports. Kathy?
Sure. I hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving holiday, and I attended the Christmas parade, and thank you to everyone who participated. It was great. It was a good turnout, and thank you to all of those involved in Christmas in the Village event as well. None of my subcommittees met in November, so I have nothing to report on those.
Okay, thank you. Steve?
Well, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hopefully your holidays will be fun. My planning commission met, and there's a store coming in called Jake Can Do. It's has to do with special needs, and people that's coming, they're getting through the building phase or the planning phase, and hopefully they'll be breaking ground soon. So on that's all we talked about.
Okay, thank you. Bob?
I have nothing.
Okay, Dana?
Let's see, my Parks and Rec subcommittee met, and the minutes are in the packet, and then also what we discussed will be item E under new business. What else? That's the only committee that met. I did attend Christmas in the Village, had a great time. The parade was wonderful. Thank you, John, for everything, putting on your first parade here, and the basketball program sounds great. I love that idea of starting them younger. And what else? Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. And thank you to everyone who put on Christmas in the Village and everyone who came out and participated.
All right, thank you. Scott?
Tax bills are out in the wild today. People have already started to pay. And you can also buy your dog tags now for 2024. So that's it for me.
Thank you. Rosalind?
Good evening. Thank you all for attending the board meeting for Brandon Township. Oakland County has completed their canvass for the November 7th, 2023 election. The canvass was a success, so thank you to everyone who participated in this special election. Brandon Township elections are successful because of you. In November, we had a Parks and Rec subcommittee meeting, which is under new business. We also, this past Friday, I helped decorate the township float with other township employees and elected officials. And on Saturday, I rode in the fire truck with Matt Best for the parade. It was wonderful to see a great turnout with Christmas in the Village. Thank you to Parks and Rec and the DDA and everyone that worked on the event to make it possible for our community. After the parade, my family went to the Edna Burton Senior Center for lunch. So I just want to say thank you to Faye, Gail, Linda, and Tony for all that you do for the Senior Center. And of course, I couldn't leave Christmas in the Village without shopping and helping out businesses in downtown.
Thank you, Rosalind. I'd just echo everybody's sentiment on the Christmas parade. It was a good time. I got to pull the township float in that, so that was fun. And John, like everybody said, you did an excellent job for your first parade. You know, looking forward to how we expand that in the future and make it bigger and better. And then I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone, and see you in 2024. All right, so that brings us into correspondence. We have the Planning Commission meeting minutes from September 26th, and we have the Parks and Rec Subcommittee meeting minutes from November 21. That brings us to citizens' comments, and this is limited to agenda items only, and we ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anybody who has any comments on agenda items? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. No discussion tonight. That brings us to our consent agenda. We have regular meeting minutes of November 13th, regular bills in the amount of $12,685.75. Prepays in the amount of $101,921.79. Looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Thank you. And can we get a roll call, please?
Thurman?
Yes.
Unruh?
Yes.
Blair?
Yes.
Broughton?
Yes.
De Palma?
Yes.
Marshall?
Yes.
Yes. Motion carries. No unfinished business tonight. So that brings us right into our new business. The first item you have on there is the underground storage tank Phase 8. We've discussed this with myself and Stuart, have reviewed this, and Jamie had spoke to us, and we have the letter in your packet here. We're just looking for a motion to accept the Phase 8 scope and cost proposal letter from HRC dated November 14th, 2023, with funds coming carry forward and allowing the supervisor to accept and sign the proposal.
So moved.
Okay, I'll go ahead and second that. Can we take a vote? Roll call, please.
Broughton?
Yes.
De Palma?
Yes.
Marshall?
Yes.
Thurman?
Yes.
Unruh?
Yes.
Blair?
Yes.
Rumble?
Yes. Motion carries. All right, that brings us to the 2024 General Appropriations Act. We have that before us. We have gone through the budget at a budget workshop, and I've made the changes that were asked for in that meeting, and I sent that back out last month on the 21st. And now have it here, so I will make a motion to approve the Charter Township of Brandon General Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2024 as presented.
I'll support.
I have a comment or something.
Okay?
I just wanted to read section 13 to the board just for review. Whenever it appears to the township supervisor or the township board that the actual and probable revenues in any fund will be less than the estimated revenues upon which appropriations from such fund were based, and when it appears that expenditures will exceed an appropriation, the township supervisor shall present to the township board recommendations to prevent expenditures from exceeding available revenues or appropriations for the fiscal year. Such recommendations shall include proposals for reducing appropriations, increasing revenues, or both. So that's whenever it appears that way. And so I think just as a trustee, it's our fiduciary responsibility to make sure that when we do increase expenditures, that we need to make sure that there's a way that they're covered, the new expenditures are covered as far as payment. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, can we
But
get
can I, now I'm curious, why are you saying that is?
Well, because sometimes things come to the board and it needs a budget amendment, but it doesn't come with a budget amendment. So then we say, okay, we're going to pay for this, but we don't say how we're paying for it. And it really should say how we're paying for it.
See. Okay.
it doesn't have to though, but. Okay, can we get a roll call, please?
Who did you have who seconded? Did you have me or
I didn't write it down, no.
It was,
I didn't know who you gave.
It was
Dana.
somebody down there.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was
it was you,
Well,
Dana.
I did, but I didn't know who he gave.
Yep,
it
I
to.
did write it on your Dana, sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to know who it went to.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, can we get a roll call, please?
DePalma.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Thurman.
Yes.
Unruh.
Yes.
Blair.
yes.
Broughton.
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. Mine are all out of order for some reason, but that brings us to our Public Act opt-out. This is our yearly opt-out from the Publicly Funded Health Insurance Contribution Act. So we're looking to opt out of the Publicly Funded Health Insurance Contribution Act, PA 152 of 2011 for 2024.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to opt out of the Public Funded Health Insurance Contribution Act, PA 152 of 2011 for 2024.
Support.
Thank you. All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Marshall.
Yes.
Thurman.
Yes.
Unruh.
Yes.
Blair.
Yes.
Broughton.
Yes.
DePalma.
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. That brings us to our auditor renewal contract. Ken reached out to me the other day, and we did send this to Stewart already, and Stewart approves it. But their contract technically expired at the end of last year, and we hadn't renewed it yet, so we're looking to renew the auditor's contract for this year, next year, and 25.
I'll make the motion to renew our contract with, I don't know, how do you say their last
Pfeiffer. I
name?
think it's Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer, Hanford, and Palka to provide accounting audit services to Brandon Township for 2023, 2024, and 2025.
I will second that motion.
All right, thank you.
And what were they at in 2022?
I would have looked if you had asked me that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
didn't
think it was
to
the
ask
same.
it till just now. Okay.
I believe it's right around the same. He's only going up $500 a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
he's-
might have been $500
Yeah.
cheaper.
And he's more reasonable than a lot of other
Very.
places, yes.
It might
And
be
he
in the-
does a lot more than
Yes,
just the audit.
he
Yeah.
definitely does.
I was gonna say, it might be in the packet if you look if it's all in there in the ending balance.
Well, we're not approving last year's budget. All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Thurman.
Yes.
Unruh.
Yes.
Blair.
Yes.
Broughton.
Yes.
DePalma.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. All right. And that brings us into the Parks and Recreation one. So the Parks and Recreation Subcommittee met in November, and John is going to be up to. The grants that we had approved previously, we finally got to the point where we're ready to send that out to bid, and unfortunately, those bids are significantly more, which tends to be the case with all these grants that we do. So the Parks and Rec Subcommittee is unanimously recommending that we spend additional funds to be able to complete this project. Pursuant to the spreadsheets that you see here from HRC, those costs are significantly more than originally thought they were going to be. So the motion is to approve spending an additional $200,000 from carry forward for construction and concession restroom building at the Brandon Township Community Park to complete the Land and Water Conservation Fund grant application obligations, and I will make that motion.
I'll support you.
Thank you.
The number that's on here is not carry forward?
We crossed that number off. That wasn't in the motion.
Okay. Why are we using carry forward instead of the designated fund for park development?
Because that's what we decided to use between the auditor and the accountant and us.
Yeah, but that's why that fund is set up, is for park development.
Okay, that's not what we chose to use.
But that's what we should be using.
Okay. So
Why wouldn't we use, because why not spend out a designated first before we start spending out a carry
it is
forward?
designated. There's no difference.
I would think that since we're coming back next month to bring a budget amendment for the revenue and expenditure, we could probably use both of them, if need be.
I just think it's wise to spend down money that's been designated versus just carry forward that can be used for anything, whereas designated can only be used for the park.
I would think because there's $270,000 in the designated fund, and I would think that if we had another project, I mean, and that keeps building, what, $125,000 a year? So, yeah, I would think that would be the fund to use.
Where do you get that it keeps building 125,000 a year?
From the tower
That's the
funds.
tower money.
The tower funds go into that.
Well, I don't know. You could have brought that up before the meeting, and we could have addressed that. Like you're
I did.
supposed to.
I sent.
Not to me. You didn't.
I sent. You were copied on an email I
I didn't
sent.
see any emails from you today. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, I mean, we have a motion on the table. So is there any other discussion? Okay, can we get a roll call, please?
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
No.
De Palma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
No.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, and then next you have our poverty exemption. So the numbers are on here. This is the resolution that we have to do every year. So we're just looking to do this again this year, and this came straight from the assessing department. So would somebody like to make a motion for this resolution?
I will.
Okay,
To approve the Charter Township of Brandon Guideline Resolution for Poverty Exemption revised 12/4/2023 as presented.
I will second that.
okay. Any other questions? Can we get a roll call, please?
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
De Palma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. Chief, Fire Department motion?
Good evening.
Pardon me. So we have three different things that's going to go on with this request. First off, we had borrowed $390,374 from the ambulance fund, moved that to the E&H Equipment and Housing when we bought the engine and tanker last year in June. By calling it borrowing, it became a loan. With it becoming a loan, it's tracked differently in the audit, and we have to pay that back. So we didn't actually need the funds. We had enough in E&H, so we just need to move the funds back to repay that loan, so that way it can be taken off for the audit when they do the 24 audit, or 23 audit. So that's the first one, is suggested motion to pay that back from E&H to the ambulance fund.
Do you want two motions, or can it be combined into one?
Well, there's three here, so I think you need to do each one separately.
I'll make the motion to $3,374 from the E&H fund.
I will second that motion too.
All right, any other questions? All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries.
Thank you. So then that created the next problem. We had put in the budget that we were gonna pay back the E&H fund, but it's not an expense revenue item because it's a loan. We don't do this very often. I mean, like, I think I've only done it once. And that was a long time ago when I first came in and had guiding of this is how you should do it. So, any case, we need to make a budget amendment to both the E&H and the ambulance fund, moving those two line items from 200,000 to zero on both of those. Because what that does then, it says that we're not transferring an additional 200,000 to the ambulance fund. Because the loan is separate and it's booked separate. I'm not an auditor or an accountant, but that's what I was told we need to do. You concur?
I was in the same meeting.
All right.
I'll go ahead and make that motion as presented.
I'll support.
Thank you, Rosalind. Thank you, Dana. Any other questions? All right, can we get a roll call, please?
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries.
All right,
And
so
then
that-
C is on the replaced page.
Yes, so that takes us to the last one. Initially, what you had was we're only going to transfer 60 from our carry forward. We got the bill for the emergency outfitting of the two Tahoes. It's taken this long to actually get it. I didn't think we were going to get the equipment until after the first of the year because they were on back order. Got the phone call on Thursday afternoon. They're here and we're going to start your next week. Can we get that paid before the end of the year? Okay. So that's what the last one is to take the money, 90,000 from our ambulance fund balance and move that into our E&H to the fire apparatus line so that way we are still within budget and we'll have about 30,000 in there just in case we have something go wrong with the truck between now and the end of the year. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen, but that way we have somewhat of a buffer. Go ahead, Kath.
I think I can make that's on the corrected page that we
That
have.
is on the corrected page.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and make the motion. To increase line item 205-340-997-000 from $50,000 to $140,000 by transferring $90,000 from our ambulance fund balance.
I'll second that motion.
All right, any other questions? Roll call, please.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to the holiday schedule change here, and I believe the only thing that changed was the November meeting date, correct?
The November and the August.
August. Oh, because of the elections.
Yep.
So that's all that switched. The August 12th date and the November 12th date are new. Everything else is the same. So I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the amended 2024 holiday and meeting schedule as presented.
Support.
Thank you, Bob. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. Can I do your amendment?
Sure.
Okay.
So we have some budget amendments in front of you. On November 14th of 2022, the Board of Trustees approved the Charter Township of Brandon General Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2023. So we are just looking to approve the budget amendments that are listed in front of you. So we are going to, we're going to increase the driver's wages, utility street lighting, and the senior center for CDBG.
I appreciate how you presented this, Rosalind.
You making the motion, Dana?
Yeah, I'll make the motion to approve budget amendments as presented.
I'll second.
All right, any questions? All right, roll call, please.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma, Yes.
Yes.
Thurman.
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. And that brings us to our last item of new business tonight for Parks and Recreation amendment.
Yep. So same thing, that we adopted the General Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2023. Some more budget amendments are needed, and these ones are strictly due to Parks and Recreation.
And we'll see less of these next year because a lot of these will be combined into one instead of multiple basketball and multiple soccer. And there'll be a lot less line items.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendments as presented.
I will support.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, roll call, please.
Blair.
Yes.
Broughton.
Yes.
DePalma.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Thurman.
Yes.
Unruh.
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion
Who
carries.
seconded that motion?
I wrote it on there.
Second,
One
Dana.
Dana. All right, that brings us back to citizens' comments on anything. Are there any citizens that have comments? And we do ask you limit it to 3 minutes per person. Okay, seeing none. Additional board comments, Kathy?
Yes. Make sure you're safe out on the roads as we deal with the winter conditions, and have a very Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Steve?
Everybody have a Merry Christmas and see you everybody next year.
Bob?
Just have a blessed holidays, no matter what they are. Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever your holiday is. Stay safe with your family, and see you next year.
Thank you. Dana?
Yes, happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2024.
Thank you. Scott?
Merry Christmas.
Rosalind?
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
All right, I do not have anything else, so looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Steve, supported by Bob. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries.
Who seconded that one?